kind of start with the Auguste and show you all the things that we go through. It's kind of like an artist that would start to paint a painting. They'd get all their supplies ready, all their paint brushes, and get ready to make a piece of artwork. And hopefully that's what I'm doing. I'm not just putting on a bunch of makeup and going out and being a clown. What I'm going through is trying to create a whole new character, a whole new being. And while I'm doing my makeup, I'm thinking about that and getting ready to do that and make kind of that change, having fun doing it. So we'd like to take you through all the things that we do to create the clown character. Not just putting on the makeup, but actually creating a new being. I mean, I even go to the fact where I take off my rings, kind of like this. It's like, I'm not going to be Doreen anymore, the human being. I'm going to turn into Funny Bone, the clown. So we're about ready to begin. What I do is I do it to music. So I'm going to put the music on. Kind of puts me in the mood and kind of gets me paced so I know how I'm doing it. And what I'm going to do is this is like a stocking cap made out of old stocking that I'll put on my head to protect my hair. And I'll also put this on, this scarf, to protect this from getting makeup and powder all over it. So when I begin, I have everything set up, my makeup box, my makeup mirror with the lights, and all my white makeup will do first, then the flesh colored makeup, which is the Auguste makeup, then we'll do the red, and then finally we'll do the black and the nose, and then I'll come out with my wig and whole costume on, and hopefully you'll get to meet Funny Bone. So as I begin, I put this stocking cap on to protect my hair. Looks kind of funny. And already I kind of feel different. I'm sure I look kind of different. And it gets the hair up off my face. And then I put this on to protect the stocking from some of the makeup and other things that are going to happen. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to do the white part. With the white part, you have to kind of warm it up. You put it in your hand, get it nice and warm. And when I'm doing the white part, what I'm thinking about is, you know how sometimes you get ready to do something and you're kind of scared and worried about it, and you're nervous? It's like, gosh, how's this going to turn out? It's like, well, I try to put those thoughts aside and think of being a fun character. And the white kind of reminds me to do that. So what I'm going to do is I start with my eyes. And you try to work it into your skin, tapping it in. And it looks like you'd be getting it in your eyes, but you're not. Being very careful, and if you did get it in your eyes, it wouldn't really hurt. And I kind of pat it into my skin so it stays in there. Patting it in. I'm doing my whole eye, and I just kind of work it into my eyebrows. Make myself a part of the makeup, remembering not to worry and to have fun. So, in a minute here I'll go on to the second eye, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, as you can see, we're back, and I've got my eyes and mouth all done with white. What I do now is called a cutout process. As you can see, it's kind of rough edges right now, and I'm going to smooth them out. So I get the Q-tip nice and wet with my tongue, and I do the fine artwork, because it is kind of like painting a picture. Start with my eyes, and what I'm doing is I'm making it nice and smooth, cutting out all the rough edges. Picking off the white extra part I have lots of Q-tips here. Making it nice and fine. Going from rough into smooth. Wiping off all the excess. Now I'll do that with this eye, and with my mouth. So when I come back, I'll have all that done, and we'll be starting on the second color, the Auguste. Okay, well now we've basically finished we did the rough part of putting the white on, and then I did the cutout part that made it smooth and designed it. Now, so we're all done with the white, what we're going to do is kind of the real fun part of it, where what I do is what's called powdering. And it really is baby powder that I put inside this sock. Okay? It's a big tube sock that I folded it. I put baby powder in it and I folded it all up so it's become like a powder puff. What I'm going to do is powder my face, and what that does is this is like an oil-based makeup. It'll seal it to my skin so that I don't smear it as easily, and then I can apply all the other makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and powder, and when I come back you'll see my whole face full of powder. Well, surprise! This is the crazy part. I look pretty silly, don't I? But I've gone and I've done the powder. I went in and I basically slapped this all over my face, and as you can see I got powder all over it. But what I'm trying to do is make sure that all the white is sealed with baby powder so that my makeup won't smear. The next thing that I'll do is I'll take this brush, I'll go into the other room and I'll start to brush it all off so that I can apply the next layer of makeup called the Auguste, or the flesh color. So I'm going to go in the other room and start to brush all this off, otherwise it would get pretty darn dusty out here, don't you think? Okay. Well, welcome back. I've powdered all of it, brushed it off, even used a cloth to really get the extra powder off. And now I'm ready for the next color, which is the Auguste color, or the flesh color, kind of the name of my clown. And what I'm thinking about while I do this, it's kind of a flesh colored, I get my fingers on it, get it nice and mixed together on my fingers. And what I'm thinking about while I do this is I've got done with the white, which was when I was worrying and thinking about things and putting all my thoughts aside. Now I'm putting on the Auguste, or the flesh part, which is really starting to create a new character, a whole new skin, a whole new flesh. And it's kind of a happy time, you know, I'm creating something new. So if you can hear the music that I play too, it's kind of upbeat and exciting and fun because I'm putting on a whole new skin, a whole new person. So this is the flesh part, or the Auguste part. See, it's kind of a fleshy color. Put it all over my face. I'm almost going to start to look kind of like an Indian, I think, sometimes. What do you think? It's like war makeup on, but our Indian makeup on, getting ready, creating something new and exciting. Takes lots of makeup. Really push it in and put it all over the place. And sometimes then I have to get real close to the white, and I have to make sure that they don't get all messed up, that they stay separate from one another. So it's really like making a painting. Sometimes I feel like my fingers are the paintbrush. I'm really paying attention, getting it right up against that white. You gotta be patient. And I'm kind of thinking happy thoughts, and I feel like an artist painting a painting. Well, we've finished the Auguste, or the flesh part, and by this time I'm feeling pretty happy because I've put hopefully a whole new flesh. It's blended and there's actually a whole new skin, and Funny Bone's starting to come about, and this is Funny Bone's skin. So I've done the flesh, or the Auguste part. Now I'm getting ready for the red part. Now as a clown, I actually put on a nose. It's called a Wuchi nose that I'll put on at the very end. But not only do I do that, but I paint my nose red underneath that, and there's a real special reason for that. And the reason is every part of my skin as a human needs to be covered up so that I have the skin of a whole new person or character. So even though I put a Wuchi nose on, if a child were to take my nose off, underneath it would not be human skin, but it's Funny Bone. Paint my whole nose to cover up all my humanness, because the clown is being born. I painted that part. Doesn't take very long on the nose. Cover up all my skin. Every inch. Then I move on to the mouth. I have my paint brushes, just like an artist in a canvas, right, or a picture. And I start to paint the mouth. Get it nice and smooth. Change brushes. So we finished the red, and now we're on to the black. And the black is a pretty special color. You really have to pay attention when you're doing the black, because you're right on the edge of the white, and you're right on the edge of your flesh. And if you make a mistake, you have this big black line, and you've done all this work. So the thing that I keep in mind when I'm doing it is to really pay attention and to work my best, which hopefully as I create my clown character when I'm with people, that's what I'm doing too. I'm really paying attention, having fun, and being our best. So it kind of has to be quiet when I do the black. So I can really pay attention because all the colors are on here now, and I'm coloring it almost like bringing out kind of like a cartoon character, something that's different, okay? It's different than the white face. It really stands out. So, this time I paint gently. I start with the eyes. Sometimes I paint in stages to make it smooth. I have to get my paintbrush in the black just smooth. And hopefully the phone doesn't ring while I do this.